unul dintre cei mai buni oameni de PR din Europa. Face promovare pentru diferite festivaluri din Europa, și din Europa de Est și din alte țări, mai nordice sau vestice. Festivaluri mari la care poate ați fost: Exit, Spirit of Burgas, The Garden Festival. De asemenea, trupe și DJ internaționali, cum ar fi, de exemplu, The Kristal Method, o trupă extraordinară. Nikki ne va vorbi despre promovare, 10 tips and tricks, cum să vă promovați eficient, mai ales în străinătate, nu numai în România, mai ales în străinătate. Cred că toți înțelegeți engleză sau măcar sper că nu e nevoie de traduceri.
Hi there, I'm very happy to be here. I hope you're going to be able to understand me. I'll try and speak slowly, but if you do want something translated, please kind of shout and one of the guys will help. As I say, it's great to be here because I'm really interested in learning about all the talent within the Romanian electronic music industry here. So for me, I'm going to learn a lot today as well. I think Cosmin's already told you a bit about what I do, so we don't need to go over that. My aim today is to give you some tips on how you can promote yourself, whether you're a label, a DJ or a promoter or a club event, on how you can promote yourselves outside of Romania. Some of them may seem a bit basic, but you'll be amazed how many people can get it wrong. So let's start with the first thing. Okay, this is your unique selling point. Now I'm sure you know to promote yourself in your own country you need to be different and have something unique and exciting to promote yourself. It's exactly the same internationally, but more so. So, for the awards tonight, if you're going to be the winner of the top label, top DJ or top event, that's going to help you promote yourself internationally. So, fingers crossed some of you are going to be winners tonight. Okay, so now we're going to look at what's your goal. So, are you looking to get other international DJs playing your music? Are you after media coverage, or do you want to get your music signed? So let's start with a bit of crowd participation. Hands up if you're a DJ. Okay. Hands up if you produce music. Cool. How many of you are event or club promoters? None of you. Okay, so don't need to cover that bit. Okay, so if we start with the first point, obviously you've realised that the internet has probably helped you reach international DJs now via their websites, their MySpace, where you can message them and become friends. And if you have a budget, you could employ an international promotions company to help get your records to the international DJs. Which company you decide to use obviously depends on your kind of music, and I'll give you some examples of those companies you could get in touch with later on. As for media coverage, it's also now easier to find out about international media using the website and the internet. Also, lots of UK magazines also have digital downloads of their magazines online, which you can download for free, so hopefully you'll be taking advantage of that. The best advice I could give you is do you have a friend in the country you're trying to target? Can you go to the newsagent there and pick up some of the publications there and see what media is on offer? I would say the best thing to do is start with a small hit list, maybe of 10 different media across print, maybe DJ Magazine or Resident Advisor or something, and if you get a good response, then expand that way. The key here is to set your goals so they are achievable. Otherwise you could be disappointed, so less is more. So don't worry about targeting hundreds of people to start with. Maybe start with 10, then 20 and build it that way. Getting your music signed. This is also easy with the internet, where you can find their contacts online. But my best advice would be to attend international music industry conferences, where you can actually meet people from the industry all over the world face to face. And I'll mention some of those a bit later. So now we'll go on to some promotional tools. Obviously these seem quite basic, but you do have to get it right. So you need your press release and your biography. You also need press photos. Now you need really good ones, because if they like you and they like your picture, if your picture's interesting or unique, you're more likely to get featured, so that's important. I think EOK mentioned a lot about online promotion before, so you need your website and your social networks. Digital assets are things like banners or widgets, things that fans can embed in their sites. That's also another thing you need. Of course, video, we've seen a lot of videos before. That's a great way to engage with your fans. Of course, you need your promo CDs and downloads so you can send them and get your music to people. And also networking, which I mentioned. This is a good example of some digital assets with the Kristal method I work with. They've got lots of downloadable players there which can embed, buy the single, giving music away for free. So if you do have a look at their website, they do have lots of kind of tips or ideas that you could steal and use yourself, because they are quite, I know bands from the States and America seem to be very advanced in the kind of online promotion they're doing, so definitely use some of their methods. Okay. Press release do's and don'ts. Hopefully this will, you know a lot of this from dealing with your own media. But I spoke to journalists from Mixmag in the UK, Clash magazine, and the festival site Virtual Festivals to find out the best things you could do to target them. So these were the top things. Fact, not waffle. Basically, they get so many press releases on email, they're not going to read the whole thing. So the best thing is less is more. Avoid cliches. They wanted you to use bullet points so they could see the facts really easily. They didn't want you to be cryptic or clever. A journalist from Mixmag told me that someone had sent them a dog biscuit one week and then followed up with a press release about DJ Dog. They said that wasn't appreciated and they didn't think it was funny at all. So they just said it took them longer to open their mail. So you may think something is clever, a journalist may not. Also, don't overhype. They say that if you were already that amazing, they know about you. So just give the facts again. Don't use small font just to get more in. That doesn't work either. And don't phone or call a journalist as soon as you've sent the press release saying, have you got it? That's a total pet hate, so don't do it. And then don't use long-winded descriptions again. That is the journalist's job to write and describe about your music, so try and keep it to the facts. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay, this is an example of some press coverage you might get after sending out your press release. First one's from Mixmag, which obviously is a magazine in the UK that hopefully some of you will be able to target. And the other one's Update, which is DNC, so that one's online, so that should be easier for you to target. So hopefully some of you, I'll be seeing you in some UK media very soon. Okay, my next point is get online. I think EOK mentioned a lot about this, so I won't go on too much. But basically, we all know that you need a good website, but now you've got to have MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. But the other thing is, there's no point having any of these social media sites unless you're going to keep them updated constantly. You need to have a reason for your fans to keep coming back for more and for updates, because if you don't keep updating your sites, they're going to get bored and not come back. So that's an important fact. Also, online is a great way for you to interact directly with your fans.